if I were going to choose one thing that I think every single traveler should have, it would be this. Hey everybody, Teresa from the Empty Armchair here, and I thought I'd do a short video detailing some of my favorite travel items. And we're going into the holiday season, and some of you might be looking for some new things to add to what you have to take with you on your travels. And I have some things that are flight related. I have some things that are cruise related, but they are things that I've been using, some of them for quite some time, and some of them for a relatively short period of time, but I have found them to be absolutely essential going forward. I will link to each of the items in the description box below. If you do decide to purchase any of these items, I will earn a small commission. But I think that because I've been using them and they've become so essential to my travels, I really want to be able to share them with you, because I've done a lot over the years of trial and error of different kinds of items. And the ones that I've chosen, I have found to be extremely well made, and they're very, very useful. Now, if you stick around to the end, I will give you my absolute #1 favorite item for flying and my #1 must-have if you're going to go on a cruise anytime in the future. But anyway, let's get started. So the first thing that I'm bringing out, this is one of my new favorite things. And it's this, it's called the Bag Smart Travel Toiletry Bag with Jewelry Organizer. And that's the part I love the best, is the jewelry organizer part. Now, it is a regular size travel toiletry bag, and it does hang, does have the capability to be able to hang, which I really like, and it goes down even more. I'm using this specifically for my liquids. That's what I am using this particular bag for. But one of the other things that really sold me on this bag is this jewelry organizer, which is in here. And so you could put your necklaces, you can put bracelets, or I have earrings down here. And I love this ring organizer part, so I can put my rings on here and then pull them out. But I really like this a lot, and I thought it was really pretty for those of us ladies who like to have our jewelry with us. I also like the fact that these all, because it's got these holes, you can lock these, and you can lock this as well. I will say, if you're going to use something like this when you're traveling, I would not put your good jewelry in here. I would still keep my good jewelry separated from any checked luggage, because you never know what's going to happen. Somebody can go rifling through your luggage and steal your good stuff. So I would use this for like costume jewelry, that kind of stuff, or stuff that you wouldn't mind getting stolen. But I would not put your super duper good jewelry in this kind of bag if you're going to check it. It is a very good size, and it expands pretty well. It goes like that. I mean, I just got through traveling with this to Omaha. We went to see Pam's family, and I used this for the first time. So this is one of my newer purchases, but I really like it a lot. I have to say it did exactly what I wanted it to do, which was to hold all of my liquids, and I had absolutely no problems with it whatsoever. So the next item that I'm going to suggest is also made by the same company, Bag Smart. And this is their electronic organizer, and it's big enough to hold a 9.7-inch iPad or Kindle. It comes in pink or black. I've been using this for a couple of years now, and I will tell you it has been indispensable to me. I will also say it's a good size. It's not as wide as the other bag, but take out anything that you don't need. when you travel, because I just got through going again to Omaha with Pam, and I took this with me, and I didn't take out the stuff I didn't need. This thing weighs 3 pounds when it's full, and I mean, I've got a load of stuff in this bag. I mean, a ton of cords. You can put, if you have one of those smaller Kindles, you can put it in here. It'll hold in there. And then I keep all of my extra power cords and plugs. I've got a bunch of power banks that I keep in here. And I think it's extremely well made. Again, I've had this one, I want to say I've had this one for about 4 years now. It's also got pouches. I keep some batteries in here as well. But I think this one, it's extremely well made. And this one, again, comes in pink or black. The other case that I showed you with the jewelry thing, that one comes in pink, black, and camel. So again, I thought they were really nice together. Make a nice set. Both are relatively inexpensive. I think this one's on sale right now for like under 10 bucks. So Black Friday, this is definitely something you ought to consider if you're looking for a very stylish, nice looking electronics case. It's not your boring, bland black, which has always been one of my frustrations. It's like, it's boring. I don't want that. I wanted something pretty. I wanted something that was girly for me. So anyway, this is one of my other favorite things. But again, this one I've been using for quite some time, and it has been just, I have to have it. I have to have it. Okay, so the next thing, if you're planning on doing any kind of traveling overseas and you're going to need different kinds of plugs, because they don't do the United States kind. They use these kind, which is the 2 prongs. And this is a European travel plug adapter, and I got this as a 2 set, so there's 2 in the box. And I love them because it has 4 outlets for 2 prong for our regular kind that we use here in the US. And it has 1 3 prong, and then it's got 3 USB ports. And we use these on board the cruise ships. I've used them on Princess. I've used them on Royal Caribbean. I know that there's been some talk lately about Royal not allowing converters and things of that nature. I'm still going to try to get this on board. I don't think it's going to be a problem because it doesn't have a cord attached to it. So we should be able to use it for transatlantic next year that we're going to be doing. Just a heads up. But we have found this extremely helpful because it gives us additional outlets, because there aren't a lot of outlets. They say that there are, but they're never really enough. We all have so many more electronics nowadays. And so we found this as an extra way to have more way to plug our stuff in. So there's usually 2 of these European style plugs on board a cruise ship. And so since we have 2, Pam gets 1, I get 1, and it just makes it a lot easier in order to power up our different electronics that we take, our Kindles, our phones, you know, anything else that we might have. So anyway, I really like this a lot. We've been using this one. We bought this prior to our canceled transatlantic for Allure in 2020. So I did use it in 2022 on the Wonder of the Seas, and they worked like a charm. And they worked in Spain as well. We had no problems with them, but we really like these. So this came in a box. Tessin. This is what we have. And again, it comes in a 2-pack, and it's nicely, comes in a little wrap. I keep everything all wrapped in the box, and it keeps it nice and safe. And I just take it out when it's time for us to travel. So again, if you're looking for a good set of European plugs with a converter for American plugs, I really recommend this. So this next thing I am so excited about because I use this all the time, and this is my travel backpack. I've been using this as my regular commuting backpack for a couple of years now. And I also use it now when I travel because it has proven itself to be indispensable. It's lightweight. This one is called the Mondel Travel Laptop Anti-Theft Backpack with a USB charging port, and it's big enough to put a 15.6-inch laptop in it. It comes in black, red, purple, and royal blue. I love the capacity on this thing. This thing gets to be so freaking big. I mean, look how wide that is. That's just incredible. It's like really lightweight. It's very well made. I like it's got the little strap here so you can put it over your luggage so you don't have to carry it, which is really good when it's really packed heavy. And the thing I love about it also is it has all of these zippers that come together that you can lock. You can padlock these. And for travel, I feel so much better being able to do that, because then it's like I can leave my bag and know that nobody's going to be able to get into it because I always lock these parts. But the laptop goes back in here. It's got this little strap thing here to hold it in place. There's a pocket here, and then there's a ton of space in there. And then I just got through using this in Omaha, but it's got a pocket here, and then it's got these little pockets. The USB part is here. I never use that, but it's there if you do. You want to have that kind of thing. And then it also opens in the front. So I like to keep my pens and I like to keep my money, stuff like that I might need to the day of traveling. It's really deep in here. It's got little places to put your little business cards, if you have those. And then there also has another zipper over here, and I like this for the quick grab stuff. So I keep Kleenex in here, I keep hand sanitizer. So it's great for traveling. And again, I mean, I can get this thing crammed pretty full. When I took that tech bag and it had so much stuff in it, my check bag was 3 pounds overweight. And I took that bag out and I asked the gal at check-in if I could weigh it, and it was 3 pounds. So I was able to cram it in here. It was really hard, but I was able to get it in here. I wouldn't have been able to get it into my carry-on because I had a really small carry-on, but this thing rocks. It really holds a ton. It's extremely lightweight. I have been using this particular bag since I think 2018. There are I don't have any loose strings. There's even a zippered pouch back here, which I never use. But you have that too if you wanted to put like your passport or something and you have it on. But I think this is one of the best backpacks I've ever had. And again, very well made, Mondel, something like that. But very well made, wonderful colors, and it's waterproof. I take it to work still. I'll be taking it to work tomorrow, actually, because we're due to have rain on Tuesday when I bring it home, and I can take it in the rain and know that my backpack is not going to get it's not going to get wet, and my laptop is not going to get wet inside. So this is, for me, pretty indispensable for travel purposes. So if you're looking for a travel backpack, I highly recommend this one. It's not super expensive. I have the purple one, Pam has the red one, and we both love our bags. So one of the newer things that we've just started using, and I got one for Pam and I got one for myself, and it's this sling bag, and it's very slim, and we kind of use this as an extra bag for being on the plane. So what I used mine for is to put my passport, my money, my Kleenex, my lip glue, anything that I'm going to want available to me on the flight. I put it in here before we board the plane, and then I put my sweater over it, because if they see it and I've got my backpack and my carry-on, they're going to say, well, that's a third bag, you have to check the bag. But if you have it on underneath a sweater and they can't see it, then you get stuff on. So we really liked this a lot. It's got space in here, and then it's got space in here and space in here, and everything zips up. It's very lightweight. It's an anti-theft bag, and so this would be good if you wanted to have a bag and you're out sightseeing and you didn't want to carry a regular bag. You could put it, again, you could wear it over your shoulder, and you could put it underneath a sweater and no one's going to see it. You just have to be careful that you're not putting a thick wallet or something like that, because then it does expand and it's, looks bulky, and it's better to have, smaller things in here. But we have found this to be just a real game changer for us, to be able to get the stuff that we want to have available to us on the flights, available to access during the flight without having to rummage through our luggage at the last minute, when everybody's trying to get seated and put their stuff away. It's nice to be able to have this and pull everything out. So this one is the Voodoo Sling Bag, and yeah, we really liked it a lot. It wasn't super expensive, and we found it very helpful for our travels. So another thing that you might be looking for, now the holidays are here, we usually find there's some really good luggage deals going on this time of year. And so I had to buy new luggage this year, simply because my old luggage was literally falling apart. The airlines had pretty much destroyed the hard shell. It was cracking, it was pulling apart, and it wasn't going to make it for another trip. So I did a lot of research on Amazon, and I ended up choosing this new set of luggage that I've had. And you would have seen it in the beginning of my video for Panama Canal, because I used the luggage in that video. But what I have is, it's called Beow. So it's B-E-A-W or B-E-O-W. And my set is a 4-piece expandable luggage set. And it's durable hard side luggage with the 360-degree spinner wheels. It's got the secure TSA lock. There it is, the secure TSA lock. And they come in pink, navy blue, and a bright green. But my set, like I said, is a 4-piece set. This is the smallest piece. This little thing holds a lot. And I got a ton of compliments, ladies, on this pink color from quite a few people. A couple of different of the flight attendants on my flights really liked the color on it, and a couple of people commented on it while I was walking through the airport. But again, I find it to be really well made, very solid. It's got the typical lining inside, kind of thing. I do like, even though it does have the TSA, you still have the 2 locks. So if you wanted to have extra, an extra lock, you can. But I like having this because then I don't have to bring a lock. I've had it in the past where I've used my separate TSA lock and they've gone through my bag and they haven't put the lock back on. And then I haven't been able to lock my bag again. So this is a really nice option to be able to have. But so far I've used it twice this year. I used it for the Panama Canal, and I used it for Omaha. And I specifically used this little piece because this was the little carry-on that I used. This thing was so full I couldn't get that 3-pound tech bag in because I had so much stuff in here, and I had to put it in the backpack. But this thing actually holds quite a bit, and so I really like having this really small size. If you are going to be doing maybe a shorter trip, you want to have a smaller bag. But so far, I've been very impressed with the workmanship of it, and the color is just fantastic. So if you're looking for some new luggage, you might consider the Biao. I also saw one of the reviews. Somebody said that they had to replace the wheel, and they were able to contact the manufacturer, and they sent them a replacement wheel, and it was easy to change the wheel. So that was also something that I found was very impressive, because I'd never seen anybody mention anything like that before. So that's another kind of peace of mind kind of thing that you might want to consider. But yeah, and they're having a really good special right now for Black Friday. I think it's $161 for the 4-piece set. That's pretty doggone good for a 4-piece set of hard side luggage. So anyway, Biao, like cat meow, but it's Biao, B-E-O-W. So if you are traveling and you are not using AirTags, you need to use AirTags. Seriously, they are worth their weight in gold for the peace of mind that they give you, so that you know where your luggage is at all times. Now, having said that, they're little tiny things. They're little tiny. This is an AirTag, okay? So you need to be able to put this in a safe place. Now, I know a lot of things will say get it for a luggage tag like this. And I have mine in the luggage tag, but you do not, if you get the AirTag, do not put this on the outside of your luggage, because you're just asking for this to be stolen. So what I do is I keep this with my AirTag inside my checked luggage, and I put them inside another bag, so that if they are going through my luggage, I put it like in with my underwear, or with my socks, because I usually take two. If I'm doing one of our big cruises, I'm usually taking my large and my medium luggage, and I'm checking both of those. So one goes in my big luggage, one goes in my medium luggage, and both go into bags that, into my smaller little bags that have, underwear or socks or something like that, so that they don't see it and it doesn't run the risk of getting lost. But honestly, this peace of mind when you're traveling is incredible, because I know some of the airlines are starting to let you know, you can sign up with them to be able to tell you, oh, your luggage is, on the plane or whatever. They don't all do that. So being able to access the app and see that your luggage is on the plane, and as soon as you land, knowing that your luggage is on your plane, is an incredible peace of mind. We bought these in preparation for the transatlantic in 22, and let me tell you, seeing that it was being loaded on our plane in New York City before we even left the ground to go to Barcelona was tremendous. Especially since we'd been sitting at the airport for nearly 8 hours before we caught our flight. But I do recommend that you get something to hold this in. This particular luggage tag is specifically made for the AirTag, and it's leather. And they came in a set of I think 4, so which was perfect, because I kept 2 and I gave Pam 2. So we each have our AirTags with them. But if you don't have AirTags, seriously, you ought to get them, because they are fantastic. So if you haven't gotten AirTags yet, I really recommend that you do get them, because they are invaluable, and the peace of mind that they will give you is just, again, like I said, worth their weight in gold. If I were going to choose one thing that I think every single traveler should have, it would be this: airplane pocket. This thing is the best thing I think I have ever found. And I've tried a lot of things to keep my things organized over the years during flights. This thing is the absolute best thing I have ever used. And this is the way that it works. You will open up your tray table that's in front of you, and this slides over the tray table, and then it's nice and flat. And then here's your tray table here, and then it hangs like this, and you have pockets. You have a big pocket here, and then you have little pockets here. So I used this on our last trip, and I'll link the, I used this on our Panama Canal, the flight to the Panama Canal, and I love being able to put my water bottle in here. I put my Kleenex, I put my lip glue, I could put my Kindle in there if I wanted to while we are still getting set up. And you can keep your stuff in there. It's easy to access. And this will, once you put this on the tray table, you can put it back up into the upright and lock position, and lock it, and it's going to hold. It'll stay there until it's time for you to lower, and use it to put your drink on or whatever you want to do on the tray table. But this thing has made it so nice because I'm not trying to put my stuff in that icky airline pocket where they put the magazine and where people will put their baby's dirty diaper or their barf bag, I don't want to ever put anything down there. This makes it so I don't have to. And what's nice is it folds up nice and neat and small. And I can put it inside that sling bag. I put it inside the sling bag. I can put it in a pocket. I can put it in the backpack. Easy, easy, easy to access. And then you just toss it in the wash when you're done. Everybody should have one of these. I cannot tell you how much I love my airplane pocket. It's just the absolute best thing I have ever found. It's nice and stretchy. It fit so easy, so nice to have it available. Seriously, if there is one thing you are going to want to have for your travels, if you're going to be flying, it's going to be this airplane pocket. Honestly, I gotta turn it this way so you see it. It's an airplane pocket, and it looks like a pocket. But anyway, you gotta get one of these things. It makes me so happy, finally, to have something that I can easily access my stuff and have it so that I can get to it right away and know that I'm not putting my hand down in that scary regular airplane pocket. Lastly, this is it. If you are going on a cruise anytime, ever in the future, you must have these next things because they are going to make your life so much easier, and they are cruise luggage tags. Now, they come in different sizes for a particular reason. The skinny, narrow ones, these ones are specifically for Royal Caribbean and Celebrity. They use these little skinny ones, okay? These big ones, it's wider. I mean, you can see the difference. Okay, here's the skinny one, here's the wide. These big ones are used by Carnival, MSC, Princess, NCL, Holland America, Viking, P&O, Costa, and Azamara, okay? This is going to be one of the easiest ways for you to get your luggage fast on board the ship. You do not want to put these on before your flights, okay? You want to wait until you get to your hotel. And again, we will be talking about this, about how important it is to fly into your cruise port at least a day early. We'll talk about that in the future. But you will put this on in your hotel. Now, if you can drive to the cruise port, you can put it on at home. You do not want to have this on when you are flying because it can be confusing. Also, you want to make certain when your cruise is over, you take it off. Because if you leave this on your luggage after the cruise, there's a chance it's going to be mistaken that it's supposed to be on the next cruise, and you might find out that you're going home and your luggage is going on vacation for another week. You don't want that. So these are fantastic. The cruise lines, they will email you your luggage tags, and generally you have to handwrite your last name and your cabin number, and then you have to fold them up, and then they go in these. And then what you do is you get one of these, which comes with it. It's metal, okay? And it goes right through the hole. And then you put it over your luggage, one of the handles, and then it just fits right there, and then it screws in, and then it'll be on your luggage. And this will allow them to be able to determine where your luggage is supposed to go to on board the ship. I will say, what we do, we put them on at the hotel the night before we go on the cruise. And then when we get our luggage in our cabin and we're unpacking, as we're unpacking, we're taking these off. So I always have a baggie with all of my luggage tags and all of these, and I keep them all together. And then as I unpack, they all go in here. I make so, because I have a set of 8. Pam gets 4, I get 4. And then that way, I have everything together in one bag, and I can then put it away and have it ready for the next cruise. So I've used the wide ones for my cruises with my mom on Princess, and I'll be using them in 2 years. I do have it right now, fingers crossed, but we've booked a cruise to Japan for 2026 for my mom and myself. And then Pam and I, of course, are doing the transatlantic again next year. But these are phenomenal, because otherwise, if you don't have something like this in order to put your luggage tags in, when you get to the cruise terminal, you're either going to have to staple them, and who wants to carry staples? And who wants to carry tape if you have to tape it? Sometimes, and then also there's the whole, you know, are you going to be able to find a porter who has the tags for you to fill out? And it's just, don't do it. Just get these. So they usually come in packs of 4 or 8. I recommend a pack of 8, because then that way, if you're taking multiple bags, so say, like normally for us, we'll take our large, our medium luggage that will be checked on the airline, and then we usually have our carry-on and the backpack. And sometimes when we get to the cruise line, I don't need to have the carry-on anymore. I can go ahead and send that off to my cabin if I don't think that there's anything really valuable in there. And I can go ahead, and I have an extra one, I can go ahead and put it on my carry-on luggage, and they can take that. I always keep my backpack with me, because that does have the valuable stuff. But I have found over the years that those luggage tags have been probably the #1 most valuable cruise-related item that I own, and that I will not cruise without. So I really really recommend them a lot. And again, I've been using them for over 10 years. And they're the original ones. I mean, my Royal Caribbean ones, because I use them so often because we cruise mainly with Royal, they're starting to get a little old and starting to get a little, you know, looks like they might be starting to rip. I might have to replace them, because they are just plastic, but it is a heavy duty plastic, and they do seal across the top. Because once you put it in the bag, it has this part here is, it's tight. So you put it inside, and then you can seal this part here. So it's not going to come out, and it's a tight fit. You have to, they've got it, shows you how you're supposed to fold everything in order to put your luggage tag in these. But definitely worth every penny. They're not that expensive, but they are, again, something that if you're going to be cruising, you need to have something like this. So anyway, that's it for the video. I hope you found these things helpful. Again, I'm going to link to everything in the description box below. I hope all of you have a very happy Thanksgiving and a very safe Black Friday. And good luck to all of you going out this weekend. I know there's a lot of not so great weather going on out here, but just be safe as you go out to do your holiday shopping. But everything that I'm going to link below can be found on Amazon. So you don't have to go out if you don't want to, if the weather's yucky and you still feel like shopping. So anyway, thanks everybody. I hope you all have a great day. I hope you like my new background, and we will talk again soon. Thanks. Bye.